Hey, Larry.
Hey,
Um, hey, the team announced that another player had tested positive this morning.
yeah.
What, like, as a player, having been in the locker room, maybe been on the field with the guy, just the uncertainty of all you guys have to go through?
I mean, it's just kind of what 2020 is. It sucks, but it's just the nature of what we're in right now. So we've been handling it since the start of training camp, as far as wearing our masks, following the right procedures and everything. So I mean, we're not really phased by it. We just got to continue, go through the protocols. I mean, I know some guys are like kind of frustrated about it, but it's just once again the nature of what we got going on. It's one of these things where it takes all of us. It's a shared responsibility. Sorry, shared responsibility. It takes all of us to get it done. So we're just gonna take it one day at a time. Continue to roll with the punches and do what we got to do.
From a strictly football perspective, is preparation that much harder when it's, all virtual meetings and, maybe practices are different?
Um, I mean, we got a taste of it last week. When we went into intensive protocol. So I feel like there's. I mean, you still got to practice, still got to meet. So I feel like it's just a different environment, but being able to kind of be flexible and work with both, I think that's what's the biggest thing about it.
Thanks.
Thank you, Scott. Nate Ulrich has our next question.
Hey, Larry, is it kind of weird to be unfazed by it when it's a serious thing? But I mean, I understand what you're saying. It's like it's such a regular occurrence in the world today that, I mean, do you kind of feel numb to it, and is it surreal?
And I don't want the word unfazed to be used in the wrong manner. When I say unfazed, it's more or less that you can't. It's one of those things where your hands are kind of tied. It's not like we got to do what we got to do. You feel me? Like if you start to let it like affect you and how you think and how you moved, and it's probably going to affect how you play and how you perform. So when I say unfazed, I mean that you can't. You have to understand that this is just a situation we're in. You can't complain about it. You can't cry about it. You have to just handle your business. Like you're gonna have to be flexible. You're gonna have to do things that you normally wouldn't have to do. But once again, this is a shared responsibility. It's gonna take an entire team in order to get it done. So like COVID is very serious. It's very, it's something that we take very seriously. And that's why we're in intensive protocol. So when I say unfazed, I say that we can't cry about the situation. You can't complain about it. You just have to handle it as it comes, find the best way to just roll with the punches and do what you got to do to make sure you're able to perform your best on Sunday.
And along those lines, I get what you're saying. It's about processing it the right way as a team. How instrumental has Kevin Stefanski been? I mean, here's a first-year head coach going through all this with you guys.
I mean, I feel like he's been great. Just his attention to detail, how serious he takes it as far as, making sure guys are wearing their masks, making sure we're following the rules and procedures as far as wearing our connect songs and things of that nature. So I feel like he's doing a great job of just being able to keep us on the field and allowing us to be in the building, when other teams have had to shut down and, not being able to get on the field. So we found a way to work around things as far as, being able to, since we handle things the right way, we were allowed to, practice and things of those nature. So I think he's doing a great job.
Thank you, Nate. Dan Lobby, we'll go to you.
Hey, Larry. I actually wanted to ask you about Water Boys and joining up with them. Why did you decide to do that? How did that kind of come about? Was that through Myles or some other way?
So me and David had the end SARS thing, going on, the SARS thing going on in Nigeria, and then Myles kind of reached out to us, and I kind of learned about Water Boys my rookie year through Chris Long, and I was always kind of wanting to join, and then Myles ended up becoming the captain, I think 2 years ago. So it was just kind of like, finally we just sat down and had the conversation. I thought it was a great initiative, to bring water to 1 million people. I think we've already, brought water to about 390,000 people. And, we live in a place where, I can walk in my bathroom, my sink, hit my fridge and I get running water. And, that's not a normal occurrence for, people and, African in places that we're trying to provide water to. So, to be able to help those people, I feel like, I think the average, African woman, I can't remember the exact number. I don't want to mess it up. But I think it's somewhere between like 30 miles just to walk to get like a couple gallons of water, there and back. And just that's just insane, when I can walk 5 feet to water. So just to be able to, help and be a part of an organization that's going to, really change the world as far as something that's really needed, is just a blessing to be a part of.
And you mentioned the NSARS, and I know you were really involved in the Digital Divide donation recently. So, I mean, what has it meant to you to kind of be a part of an organization that encourages, using your voice and things like that?
Like I said before, I feel like a lot of times there's a time for words and there's a time for action. And I feel like, our organization has done a great job of putting action behind our words. We talked about the things that we want to do, when we started, with the digital divide and, social injustice, and to see those things being put into action is, amazing. So I feel like when you're able to put your actions, behind your words, I feel like that's good.
Thanks.
Thank you, Dan. PJ Ziegler will have our next question.
Hi, Larry. I got 2 questions for you. What did you guys learn about yourselves in the bye week, particularly in being more productive on getting off the field on 3rd downs?
That we just have to be better at it. Really, that was pretty much it. Just attacking our keys. Playing to our strengths, understanding how to put offense, being better on 1st and 2nd down. I feel like that was the biggest thing. You put yourself in a good position 1st and 2nd down. You get in a 3rd and long, then your percentages, getting off the field go up. So I feel like that was the main focus, to be better on 1st and 2nd down, so that we could put ourselves in favorable positions in 3rd down, so we can get off the field.
Obviously, you guys have been good about forcing turnovers. This week, you have Carson Wentz coming in. He's has 12 interceptions. Do you perk up a little bit more when you see a guy that does turn the ball over as much as he does? And do you begin to start to look maybe or what kind of tendencies do you start to look at to maybe help you in the film study, so that if the opportunity comes on Sunday, you can maybe get your hand on a
I feel like a lot of, takeaways and turnovers come through, practice repetitions, actually, attacking the ball, being intentional, when you get to the ball with your rips, and, for, I guess, DBs and coverages, breaking on the ball and things of that nature. I feel like you should be perked up every time you get an opportunity to play a quarterback. And I feel like we just got to continue, we're one of the best in the league in takeaways, so we just got to continue to build on that.
Thank you.
Jeff Shadell, you have our next question.
Hey, Larry, I have 2 questions. One, a COVID one. Talk about what it's like away from the facility when you could come home. I guess you really can't go out to dinner or go, what?
We lost you. What'd you say?
About a COVID question. When you are home away from the facility, what is that part of it like? You can't go to dinner and all that kind of thing. And then I have a football question.
Okay. I mean, it's just a different, like I said, a different time. For me personally, I'm always been, kind of like a homebody, like to chill at home, I kind of keep to myself. So, I mean, it's not too different than what I usually do, but at the same time, I just understand that there is a aspect where mental health is very important. And I feel like, people don't really realize that, when we work in a business where like, that's one of the things that are, stressed each and every day. And for me, it's like understanding that some of these guys, will go home and it's just them, or just certain stresses that you can't decompress with because you don't have that ability to kind of just get away from it. And you come home and it's just you by yourself and all those kind of things. So it is different, but at the same time, once again, this is a shared responsibility. It's a different type of league this year as far as, the things that we have to do in order to make sure that we can all be able to play on Sundays. So it's just one of the things, like, once again, we have to just roll with the punches and, just find ways to continue just kind of just keep on going. Cause I mean, that's just what it is right now. You got to be able to control the controllable. You feel me? And right now we control, our context by, being able to go out and staying and all that kind of stuff. So I feel like the risk isn't worth the reward, if that makes sense. So I feel like a lot of guys understand that right now, and just, you got to stay home. You got to just grind it out. You got to continue to play, and so we can all play. You feel me? So.
And then the football one was, you guys seem to handle the weather much better yesterday as a team, I'm talking about defensively, than you guys did in that Raiders game. So what was the difference?
When somebody put a bad taste in your mouth, you got to be able to respond. And I feel like that's just what it is. We just had to, what we need to do. We had a bye week. We saw the problems that we had we worked on them all week, and, you know, we wanted to correct them, and we did. So, you know, just being able to, you know, kind of take that step forward and continue to build, I think that's the biggest thing. So.
Thank you, Jeff. I believe we
Thanks
have
a lot.
time for 3 more. We'll go to Mary Kay Cabot.
Hey, Larry, can you address the season that Myles is having? And, you know, it really is important to him on the way to making the playoffs to get NFL Defensive Player of the Year. So how do you think he's doing in that regard towards moving to that award?
I think he's doing great. I mean, obviously he's wrestling the passer extremely well. He's playing out of his mind, to be honest. And then just how he's becoming so much better in the run. I feel like just becoming that complete player is just really important. And I'm just extremely proud of him. I mean, I think the proof's in the pudding. So you turn on the tape on, he's always flashing, always making plays, and that's just the player he is. So.
And do you guys do things like Sheldon mentioned that one time he likes to make Myles doubt himself a little bit or tell him he can't do something, you know, to motivate him. Do you play a role in that as well?
Yes, I feel like we always challenge each other. Like we work out together, we push each other, we talk junk to each other. I feel like that's just the nature of our relationship. You know, we have high expectations for each other, and, you know, the sky's the limit for him. So I want to see him continue to see him do well, continue to see him ball, and I know he will. So.
Thank you.
Thanks, Mary Kay. We'll go to Daryl Ryder and then Scott Petrick. Daryl, go ahead.
Hey, Larry, as someone who was here back in 2017, and you remember how bad it was here, I want to ask you about the resiliency we've seen from this team this year. You know, typically with the Browns narrative, it has been when if it goes bad, it gets worse. But that hasn't happened this year. When something negative, whether it's a big play, a score, a bad loss, you guys find a way to respond in a very positive fashion. Why is that, and how much do you attribute that to Coach Stefanski?
I just feel like it's just the message that, you know, we came in, like being able to understand that it's not, you know, what you say is what you do, you know, and adversity comes, it hits everybody, you know, but being able to respond is the biggest thing. And just that's what the year is. It's just all about how you respond. You know, you're going to get thrown curveballs. You're going to be, some days you're going to be in the building, some days you're not, but it's all about how you respond. And I think that's the biggest thing. I feel like the guys really understand that this is a shared responsibility, and within that shared responsibility, it's all about the team. And when you got guys, you know, playing for each other, I feel like that's the true difference. And I just see that, you know, now that a lot of guys are playing for each other, and they understand that, you know, when we win, everybody wins, and it's a great feeling.
Thank you, Daryl. Last question goes to Scott Petrick.
Hey, Larry, with you and Sheldon and OV getting in on the sacks the last couple of games, do you feel like the D-line can really take off from here and kind of carry the defense down the stretch?
Yeah, I feel like that's the attitude all the time. But, you know, just guys understanding their role, understanding what they're, you know, here to do, and just going out and doing it. I think that's the goal, and that's what we want to do. So we're just going to continue to build, continue to stack, you know, and just understand that it's just day by day. You know, each day getting better, mastering your craft, and, you know, going out there and showing the world.
How did it feel to get your first half yesterday?
It was good. It should have been whole, but
Thanks.
on the board.